Welcome to Abu Dhabi, capital of the United Arab Emirates and centre for the country's political, industrial and cultural activities. With a fast-developing financial services sector and tourist industry, Abu Dhabi has grown into a cosmopolitan metropolis. Yet Arabic traditions remain at the city's heart. It's also a major venue for international sporting events and recently hosted the final round of the Formula One World Championship. And the Abu Dhabi International Marine Sports Club is venue for round 3 of the X-Cats. It's long awaited after the original race was postponed due to the Icelandic volcanic ash cloud.
Finally, we are underway to finish the 2010 UIM XCAT Middle East Series Heat 3 and 4 after it's been postponed from last April. And basically all those changes had affected somehow the drivers, the team, the race organizers. But in the same time we're here, and then all the conditions basically are for a successful event.
But having worked hard to put together back-to-back weekends of racing for the final 2 rounds of the XCAT series, there was to be a further delay when the first race had to be postponed due to a period of national mourning.
Last week, one of the royal family passed away, and we tried to make the races this weekend. So we decided to make it back-to-back Thursday and Friday. And it is a short time to make all these, but we are trying hard to make everything in the position, I mean.
So with the penultimate round of the series set to go, let's quickly recap the season so far. The series got underway in Dubai with the 21 boat field headed into the first mark by local team Fazza, who had qualified on pole position. But their lead was short-lived, the team suffering a rare engine failure at only the second mark. After a terrific start from 8th, the American Pro Marine team charged into the lead from Abu Dhabi Racing, Fazza 33, who'd come from the back of the pack, and the number 11 boat of Extreme Marine. But then came another lap 1 casualty as the second Fazza boat retired with a broken gearbox. Then the race was stopped when the British Kingfisher boat crashed. Both occupants were unharmed, and on the restart, Extreme Marine passed Pro Marine for the lead. The Americans then lost second place to series newcomers Lux Media, but were still on course for a podium when disaster struck on the very last lap of the race, the boat grinding to a halt within sight of the flag. No such problems for Extreme Marine, who opened their 2010 account with a victory. And the race also marked a fantastic XCAT's debut for Lux Media Offshore, finishing in second place, while Abu Dhabi Racing completed the podium in third. A week later, the teams regrouped at the Dubai International Marine Club for round 2 of the XCAT Middle East Series. There was a great start for Extreme Marine from pole position, but it wasn't as spectacular as Fazza, who shot straight into second place from the back of the pack. Abu Dhabi Racing continued their good form by running third, while further back, Pro Marine and Lux Media were attached at the hip once again, Lux Media having slipped back from their starting position of second. After finishing in the points in round 1, the Italian Nicolini brothers were having another good race, running inside the top 8. Until, going on to the final lap, they tripped over one of the back markers. And sighted by the Decamania boat, the pair collided, and the race was red flagged. The result was that Extreme Marine were declared as race winners for the second weekend running. While the Cafe Florian machine capsized, thankfully the Nicolinis were quickly out of the boat. Neither of them quite as happy as the Extreme Marine crew. On the top of the podium once again, and this time joined by Fazza and Abu Dhabi Racing. So that leaves Extreme Marine with a maximum score of 40 points, Lux Media and Abu Dhabi Racing tied for second, and Fazza down in 4th place after their mixed start to the season. A perfect start then for Extreme Marine, who are looking to improve on their 6th place finish from the 2009 series.
Yes, in Dubai we start the season with the World Series, and we win for that 2 races. One race it will rough and one it will little flat. This new boat is only 2 races in Dubai, and now we try to do the best with this 3rd race in Abu Dhabi.
Former Class 1 racers Luca and Matteo Nicolini had shown plenty of speed in the opening races, but that incident in round 2 had put a big dent in their championship aspirations.
You know, the problem was that we was running about 107, 108 miles. This was the part of the circuit, faster part of the circuit. And another boat was outside of the circuit at the beginning and was running, I think, about 70 miles. But the big mistake is that if you are out of the race, that we overtaking you, that you are in last place or closer to last place. If you're already taking one lap, you cannot cut on closer to the boat, you stay outside. It was for us a lot of work after the accident to fix back the boat. Now the boat is ready. I'm still not very happy with the performance of the boat. We're still working on balance the boat, on propeller, because we lose time after the accident to fix the boat back. So we cannot use the first race like development the boat, and just we need to after to fix the boat. But I'm sure that the boat will come faster and soon, yes.
After making a good start to the season, the Miss Secoil team from Sweden had bought a new boat for this round, the same one that Fazer used to finish second last time out.
This is Victor team's old one, number 3, that we bought for these races, and hopefully be a little bit faster and better than the old one. This boat is a bit wider in the tunnel, and there's a little bit difference in the hull, which would means that it will gain more speed and better acceleration than the old version of the boat. So it's a little bit different in the boat to handle, but it's very nice and it goes very good in flat waters and rough waters. So it will be very interesting. The old boat was also very great in all the conditions, but this is a little bit better. It is, yes.
Following the date change, team owner and regular throttleman Michel Carsante is unable to make round 3. So in steps Formula 1 powerboat racer Sean Torrente.
It was all last minute. I had to call Sean Torrente yesterday afternoon in Miami. He's a fellow Formula 1 racer that I used to race against. Very talented, and he's going to be running with me in this third round here in Abu Dhabi. But yes, I'm going to move over to the other seat and Sean's going to steer it, and I think we should do quite well. It's going to take us a little time to get used to each other, but Sean's very talented, and I think we on the same level as far as communication.
XCAT is short for Extreme Catamaran, and the name is appropriate. These offshore races are powered by twin V6 280 horsepower engines, and they fly across the water at almost 200 kilometers an hour. So let's take a look at today's course. After an offshore start, the boats will complete 7 laps around Lulu Island and the changeable waters that this will throw at them. Smooth and calm through the Corniche, but unpredictable on the offshore section. Total race distance, 51.47 nautical miles. A 1-hour qualifying session has determined the start order for today's race, and it was the championship leaders, Extreme Marine, who posted the fastest time with an average speed of 164 kilometers an hour. Fazer, who finished second in round 2, were next. Qatar team, still looking for their first podium, line up third. The race about to get underway then from the rolling start on board with Lux Media Offshore. Bit of work to do with them. They're second in the championship. You're looking back from Miss Secoil as the race does get underway then. The Swedish team looking to get into the top 6 once again on board with Cafe Florian. Lots of work to do for this team, having to start pretty far down the grid here. Al-Quain to the left of them, to the right of them, and on board now with Pro Marine and their new boat, the Yellow Machine. And the American Gary Ballou trying to charge up through the order after a disappointing start to the season. Back on board with Lux Media Offshore to the right. You can just see the front of the green Abu Dhabi racing boat, the boat which has been on the podium twice in the opening 2 rounds of the season. On board with Qatar team now, which is also a front runner regularly, and it's side by side here with Fazer at the sharp end of the field. Pro Marine trying to come up then from 9th on the grid. It's got ahead of Al-Quain, the number 9 machine. On board with Miss Secoil. Not such a great start for the Swedes, and the orange machine to the left there is La Vida Loca, the championship winning boat from last season, making a good start here after a pretty poor campaign so far in 2010. You're on board though with the race leaders Extreme Marine from pole position. They're going to squeeze into the first mark with the race lead here. Been challenged all the way, but by the time they get into the turn, they've got themselves well clear now. Let's see who's going to emerge in the rest of the pack. Well, there to the right of the picture is the white boat of Lux Media, but to the inside here comes Fazer, and Fazer have got a line here and a good run through that first mark, and through into the lead they're going to come, and so down to second place. The lead short-lived. On board now with Pro Marine, looking back as he goes through Mark 1, absolutely covered in wash, and Looks like he's ruined the onboard camera as well, so that's the trouble once you're in the middle of the pack. Through though come the leaders, Fazza, Extreme Marine, then a tight battle for third place. Qatar team are going to go into third. The Green Machine of Abu Dhabi Racing, they're in fourth position. And down in fifth place, seemingly, is the Lux Media boat, which got off to a good start, but has dropped back into fifth place now. Extreme Marine having to suffer the wash then, got the lead, but now they're in the spray of the Fazza boat, the U.A.E team here, which leads and looking for the first victory of the 2010 campaign. On board with Qatar team then in this battle for third place, and Abu Dhabi Racing, the Green Machine coming to the left of them, and as they run along the coastline, there's going to be another change for third place here. Fazza, with it all kicking off behind them though, are going to lead through this first lap by the looks of things. On board with Lux Media offshore, they are still in touch with the lead battle, and in fifth position as they look calm and cool and collected here. They've made one place up since the start of the race. There's the number 20 machine of Marine Investment South. Finished fifth in the championship last year, but haven't really done too much so far in 2010. So the pairing of Serafino Barlesi and Alex Baroni will have to come from quite far down the order here if they're to get a result. Fazza, though, make another turn here, and look at the lead they've already started to establish over Extreme Marine, who you're running on board with now. Extreme Marine, the championship leaders, don't forget. Fazza really could do with beating them here in this race. The two of them come through. Then there's three-way battle for third position here. Abu Dhabi Racing is still just about holding on to it. So if it stays like this, they'll have their third consecutive third place finish. Tight battle for fourth. Number 96, Lux Media, has come storming through though, and they've got fourth place back. So Lux Media back up into fourth position, and Qatar team back down to fifth. So they've been up and down the top five like a yo-yo so far, Lux Media offshore, but they're back in a decent position here. There's the number 17 machine of Rahi, but number 6, the Nicolini brothers in the Cafe Florian boat, which has dropped quite a long way down the order at the start of this race. Got off to a poor start, the Italians, but now at least they're going to get past Rahi, the Kuwaiti team, to pick up a place. But the rest of the field a long way clear. Let's have a look at the replay of the start then from Virtual Eye. The boats nearest to us, those that qualified fastest, and you can see that the Extreme Marine boat and Fazza and Qatar team were absolutely together as they ran down towards turn one. Extreme Marine got the lead initially, but as we head towards a break, it's Fazza that lead the rest of the field.